The six-decade career of music legend and American icon Willie Nelson is certainly not short of highlights. That makes it nearly impossible to pick a defining characteristic of his career. But it might just be how his music is beloved by people from all walks of life. "One good thing about music is it brings together everybody," Nelson said. "No matter if you're Baptist, Methodist, Christian, whoever you are, Republican, Democrat, Independent, they all like to come hear music." Part of Nelson's appeal is how much he cares for the people around him. In 1985, Nelson co-founded Farm Aid to raise awareness about the struggles of family farmers and help keep them on the land. Both Nelson and Farm Aid are still going strong, supporting small-scale farmers throughout the United States. Everyone's favorite country singer led us on board his tour bus to share some thoughts on farming, hustling poker, and his bromance with Frank Sinatra. Willie Nelson sports a Heifer USA hat on his tour bus before performing in Troutdale, Oregon. Willie Nelson sports a Heifer USA hat on his tour bus before performing in Troutdale, Oregon. World Arc. You've been an advocate, famously, for small-scale farmers since at least 1985 with Farm Aid. Why is it so important to you personally to help farmers? Willie Nelson. Well, I grew up in farm country in Texas, and I knew all about how hard farming was. I did a lot of it myself, working for other people, picking cotton, all that good stuff. And then I started hearing from some of my friends around that there was a problem. In fact, I was in Illinois, I believe it was, with Big Jim Thompson, the governor up there. And we were talking about how farmers were having a bad time. I asked him how it was there, and he said, "Well, it's bad here too." At this time, it wasn't that bad in Texas, but in the Midwest and other places, it had really gotten bad. And 21 days later, we had the first Farm Aid. What message or advice do you have for small-scale farmers who are struggling, either in the U.S. or internationally? Well, stay with it. Don't give up, because there are a lot of us out here who are trying to keep you on the land. And for maybe a selfish reason, we know that the small family farmer takes better care of the land, and we want to have something to leave for our children and our grandchildren. And the small family farmer is the best one to do that. A lot of us in the United States are out of touch with the people who raise our food, with the farmers. Well, I think more and more people are realizing that when they have breakfast in the morning, why should everything that they are eating come from 1,500 miles away on some truck somewhere, when they could have their local farmer grow it for them and have organic food every day? So, you know, the farmers aren't dumb. They figured that out, that there's a way to do it. Part of the foundation of Heifer International's work is passing on the gift. What's a gift someone has passed on to you that made a difference in your life? Everything I have, I owe to other people, for one reason or another. Willie Nelson. Oh, how much time you got? Everything I have, I owe to other people for one reason or another. Everything. Does music have a role in activism? Yeah. Music is a good way to put out what you think and you believe. And if other people believe it and think it, then you can spread the world. Living in the Promised Land, about welcoming immigrants to the United States, is a song we did many, many years ago, and it becomes more and more important every day. Immigration is an issue you've spoken about recently. What should we do to take care of the families who are caught up in that struggle? Vanna Ra, 10/25/2025, 10:43 a.m. Well, unfortunately for the ones who were ripped out of their parents' arms and spread around all over, nobody knows where they are. That is one of the damnedest sins I've run into in my lifetime, with all those people down on the border going through all that, and our government saying that's okay. You know, there's the old saying in the scripture, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." And I know that for a fact. Willie Nelson. Where does your drive for helping people come from? Oh, I don't know. I've been helping a lot of people all my life. You know, there's the old saying in the scripture, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." And I know that for a fact. I've heard you like to eat bacon and eggs for dinner most nights. Is that true? That's true. Do you keep backyard chickens when you're at home? We're never home long enough to, but I would if I could. I love fresh eggs. They're hard to get. But you have done some farming, you mentioned earlier. Yeah, I worked in all the farms around Abbott, Texas, where I grew up. I picked cotton, pulled corn, baled hay, worked in a corn sheller.